feel a little bit better already because I be holding in a lot. Can we do something? I'm going to light some Palo Santo. So, I'm going to go ahead and just clear the air because I'm about to get it filthy all over again. I got a lot on my mind. And I'm going to let you have it. I'm going to let you have some. I'm going to let you see. I'm going to let you feel. I'm going to let you hear what the hell be going on over here. Because listen, if Jesus needed a witness, then baby, I do too. Oh, well. Looks like what I really need is to lock my damn door when I came in the house for shopping. Okay. Oh, y'all can't even see. Y'all can't even see that. Hold on. Kind of. Turn you. Oh! Turn around. Okay. This is good enough for now, I think. I want y'all to see my NFL. How I wrote NFL on my pillow. Oh, this shit back on here anyway. Okay. My bad. That's probably loud. Okay. Whoo, child. Now that I at least burned some sage. I mean, some Palo Santo. Shit, I might need to burn some sage for real, for real. Okay. So I understand what's going on. However, it doesn't make it any less annoying. And so because I was triggered, let me take off my rings. Because I was triggered, I was like, you know what, let me go live on YouTube. I wanted to kind of go live on here anyway, just to kind of rant about this other shit. And I was like, yeah, let me, I haven't done a good massage rant in a long time, okay? This chair really gets on my nerves. I think everything's just on my nerves right now. I bet you if I was to look up my astrology, it's gonna like tell me some shit like, bitch, your nerves is probably real edgy right now. I'll be like, yes, bitch. They are. Okay. Get that out of the way. Okay. So, like I was saying. Oh, good, I can sit here. Okay, so, y'all can see them clothes? Hold on. Wait. Y'all need to see all that. Okay. Hope y'all doing good. No, I don't hope. Hope is worse than lack. Okay, listen. So here's the problem that I'm having right now, currently. Since November 29th, specifically. So first of all, I'm very, 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 I'm very strict when it comes to my my massages. To be honest with you, any kind of clients that I have, anything that I do is tailor-made. Okay, everything that I do, I like one-on-one. I like customizing. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, thank you. Okay, so listen. So when guys hit me up about a massage, and when I say hit me up, I mean hit me up, okay? Because there are men that contact me. See what I'm saying? There are men that contact me. There are guys that hit me up. First of all, I don't fucking like to be hit up. And there's nothing about my ad. Can I show y'all this? Yeah, because I ain't showing nothing. Sorry, it's very hard to. Okay, you can see my ad. Okay, boom. So now, I know it might look a little scantily clad for a massage, ma'am. Well, what are you selling? It's like, well, first of all, you need to consider the platform, right? It's like I'm one of those very well respected. I earned my place in the massage world, so I can go wherever I want to and do whatever I want to do as long as I am communicating across exactly what the hell's going on. And that's what I do, right? So most people don't qualify, to be honest. Most people just don't. They just don't qualify to get a massage from me. Most of the time, they can't afford it. Um, and then if it's not that, then just energetically, intellectually, sexually, a lot of leaves, but no leeway. I don't do it. My boundaries are very Saturnalian. Okay, so let me read to you what my ad says, and then hopefully, because it's like, I put. First of all, guys, please read the ad. Like, if you don't want to read the ad, then just like, my whole thing is just like trying to help people save themselves time and energy, right? And it's like there's a lot of I try to be patient as I can because I get it, right? I get that young men or guys or whatever, um, if they see this in the ad, they looking for a massage. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but I'm gonna just need you to just okay, well, calm and focus, right? Because if you look at other girls over there, their ads, pictures, and all that other stuff, ain't gonna be nothing like mine. Mine looks like girl next door compared to, you know what I'm saying. So anyway, so I try not to make mine too, it's like it's revealing, but it's kind of like fun. It's not too heavy or whatever. So anyway, but guys never want to fucking read. Some of them do not. When I say guys, I don't mean all guys, of course. I just mean the ones that I'm bitching about right now. So let's see what I put today for. It says never mind Monday massage. Oh wait, what's today? Tuesday already? Oh no, it's just now Tuesday. Okay. Ooh. Escape reality, experience your fantasy. Oh, it's a secret spa. Okay, then it says, oh, can I do this?
Read to receive. I'm Winter and I am an Inkwell provider conveniently located in Plano and Legacy in the Tollway. This is my private studio home and you must qualify to book an appointment. The photographs are of me. Seashell. Massage only Seashell. 1 to 3 hours notice Seashell. Cash and cash app payment 6 to 10 no CC Seashell. Same day service provided Seashell. Text is better than calling. IG at Winterheat, Twitter at Winterheat Podcast, correctpodcast.com. Frequently asked questions is can we match as a provider client? The people whom can use my help and I would like to work with would be Circle Mark. If you are new to massage therapy, Circle Mark. If you have experienced far too many massages with cold emotions and rushed energy, Circle Mark. If you're wanting something more sensual than a spa massage, however you don't want to be rushed to quickly flip over and kick you out in less than an hour, Circle Mark. If she's not the girl in the picture, Circle Mark. If her spot is so hot she's flipping 3+ massages per day, Circle Mark. If you've never received such good aftercare service that you tip her every time your body shudders for weeks to come between appointments. Basic disqualifications. If you ask my location, it's in the ad. If you ask to create content with me, if you need an appointment in less than 1 hour, if you want me to text you pictures to prove it's me, just book a FaceTime call from the jump. And if you like me, then book a massage is your best bet. Upside down face. If you don't qualify for my massages, I'm here to help. And just know that if you were drawn to me or have been attracted to my ads for quite a while now, I'd like to let you know that you can consider me letting me help you in other ways. I know my gift with my calling and you are my demographic. Some of you need help in healing in deeper ways that you cannot imagine, but I can. After learning the full details of you and your life, you can then share with me the way it's been going. Then I'll provide you with options to select from to take your power back and get it to go the way you'd like it to go. Zoom, FaceTime, and Duo are options for face-to-face meetings, but I warn you, they are addictive and unorthodox. However, they are effective. Separator. Services. Totally Tantric 75 minutes $300. Tantra Sutra 60 minutes $250. Tantra Tease 60 minutes $220. Last.
Okay, that's it. Now you heard that. That's detailed. Okay? That's detailed. I am the most transparent bitch, person, human, goddess, motherfucker. No, I am the most transparent on the web and in the world, Craig. I don't have anything to hide from anyone for no reason. None. I'm not allowed, to be honest. It ain't because I'm a good girl. It's because it's just the way my life is set up, the way my birth chart is set up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not allowed to do anything else. So there you go. This is who I am. Everything I'm doing is right there in public. Like, I can't hide anything from anybody ever. It just doesn't work for me that way. So anyway, I say all that to say, it's very annoying when I get text messages. In here, I state that text messages are better than calls. So number one, I hate it when they call. But I don't hold it against anybody. But I definitely am like, I'm already looking at you sideways. See, what happens
Zoom,
is...
FaceTime, and 2 more options for face-to-face meetings, but I...
Shut up, I know. Sorry, my screen was stuck. I was trying to get unstuck. Okay. So, I really try to give you so much information, right? But at this... Oh, thank you for the likes, by the way. So much information. But I try to even tailor it, taper it, and squeeze just the pop little nuggets that you might be looking for at the top. I was considerate. I used to not be that way, okay? Before, I used to do something like this, but I would maybe weave the shit all confusing on purpose to where you would really have to look at that shit and focus. I would make it so wordsy. That was a part of my system, the way that I would deflect, or the way that I would reject, or the way that I could automatically disqualify people, right? Because by making it more of like an Easter egg hunt of you trying to figure out. So I'm telling you this, I'm being honest with you and transparent about this because I'm a woman, right? Women function this way, and sometimes they do things that they're not aware that they do it. They just do it because they're just doing it. Same reason why a lot of people just do whatever the fuck they're doing, right? They're not thinking, oh, I'm this thing, I'm this person, I'm blah, 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 so I'm probably doing this because of that. They're not that woke, really, for the most part. They're not. They're usually like, la, 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 fucking wherever, in some other world. I'm saying that because I'm so honest with myself, I can tell based on the responses I get to my ads, just how my ad is doing, right? Because I'm going to be attracting what? Hopefully what the fuck I want to attract. So this is when marketing comes into play. This is when I started really learning about how to work magic and to really use words as your cauldron. So I could literally just start to create an ad, whatever energy I was wanting for the day, whatever I was craving for the day, whatever, after a while, you start to have different scenarios, so you have different ideas, like what are your favorite types of clients, what are your favorite types of scenarios, what are your favorite types of situations, or whatever like that. So it would make it easier for me to be like, I want this, I want that, and I would just figure out how to word it in a way to where I would attract the exact energy that I was craving. I had to deal with a lot more, different types of guys at first, just in the phone. In person a little bit too also, yeah. As I've grown and changed, my clientele has morphed a little bit. But the point is, so I don't get that many, but just only recently, like the last few days, whatever's going on with the planets, like there's stuff, I know, but oh boy. People can say whatever they want to say about astrology not being real and stuff like that. The fact of the matter is the shit's fucking real, bro, okay? I study everything. I'm a nosy ass bitch. I'm a mastermind. I study everything. The shit's fucking real. And when you start to really, it's also like, the placebo effect thing also happens, right? So then once you acknowledge something is real, once you know something is real, like for instance, my mom always swears like somebody's being racist about something, right? But it's like nobody, that's your perspective, like period. So that's just life, right? That's how we do. We are always, everything's always our perspective. So I know that once I gave into astrology, like, okay, fine, I believe you, go ahead, give me some more. It starts giving me, so to where things are just blatantly obvious. This shit is very annoying though. This is very annoying, and so annoying to where it triggered me to go live on YouTube, but I'm also live on Chatterbase simultaneously. Anyway, because I was talking to them and I was like, oh wait, let me bring this to YouTube right quick because I got clothes on. Hello. So, anyways, so I put the nice nuggets at the top just so you already know, like, you know where I'm at. You even know the intersection, because sometimes guys will, well, what intersection? Like, here's the thing people don't realize. Every fucking little question you ask me takes like a whole nother 60 seconds out of my life, at least. And I'm already multitasking so many different things, right? So I have to like decide and determine like if I'm going to respond back to you or not, how soon I'm going to respond back to you, if I'm going to respond back to you, or or there are some other options of things that might occur, right? I try to be kind of fair in a sense of where I don't usually just block people just to block them and don't tell them anything, because I feel like it's defeating the purpose. I feel like they don't know they're being punished. They may not even know what happened. They may not care, right? And so I do let it be known in some way, shape, or form, like, hey, you violated this. You did not follow this. You don't know how to follow instructions. You don't know how to, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I guide them to a direction of realizing where they've done wrong. And if there's anything done that was maybe not formally or properly communicated across from me on my part, if I see a gap in there, I will also notate that and say, and I noticed that, you know, I'll change that for myself, whatever. I've made so many adjustments just off of the people that I blocked. Like, one guy was like, do you take credit cards? Okay, so let me get, so in case you forgot, I say massage only, because they love to ask you what else is on your menu. Massage only, motherfucker. I need 1 to 3 hours notice. Cash and Cash App are accepted. I had to add no credit card. I never put no credit card before, but I had to add no credit card because credit card, there's a whole other process to that. See, I have layers and levels. Like, you have to reach degrees in my program to even qualify to do this other thing or this other thing or have this type of transaction or whatever the case may be. I don't just take anybody's money any kind of way for any damn reason. I don't need your money that bad. It's not like that. This is a totally different experience. It's a whole different exchange. You know what I'm saying? In hopes that, you know, I don't like to hope, maybe some of the other girls out here can get a clue or two and act better or something. Anyway, same day service is provided, which means don't ask me about tomorrow. Don't tell me about next Friday. I don't fucking care, sir. I just don't. And text is better than calling. Okay, and then underneath that, there's more details. So then this guy, not the one I just blocked. Where's this other one? This one here was this one was the one that just. Hi, this is gr00mer. I would like to book an appointment for later today. ? Nice try. Don't know why you put a question mark at the end of that sentence, but okay. And then he sent a separate text that says totally tantric session. Okay, nice. So you are paying attention to detail. You're just either not that smart, you're not that bright, or you're not that quick, or you don't give a fuck. Your dick hard and you're malfunctioning right now. You're really trying. You're trying to pay attention, but it's not really, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not really doing it the way you're supposed to be doing it, you know what I'm saying? You're not doing the doing, you know what I'm saying? You let it do you type shit. So then I said, so this was, mind you, this like at 5 something in the morning. Okay. I said, I can only, my response back to him was, I can only book 3 hours out. That was me trying not to be a smart ass, me trying not to, you know what I'm saying? All this stuff. I remember bitches used to call into Kevin Samuels. They'd be like, I'm being what they say? Like, I'm minding my manners, or I'm not being rude, or something like, bitch, you ain't supposed to be rude. The fuck you mean? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I said I can only book 3 hours out. So then he texted me back. I can't tell with this third party. I don't know what time. It won't tell me what time it was, but it was still in the morning time. And his reply back to me was, do you take credit card? And I said, not unless you're VIP. Eligibility is activated after you've completed 3 massages. And I do have that in some further extended if somebody has more questions about my massage treatments and stuff like that. Even though I've already given you a gang of shit to read, trust and believe there is more for backup that goes into even more detail. And that kind of information is included on there too. Another copy and motherfucking paste. Okay. So he says, oh, okay. What if I were to book a longer massage to make up for the VIP eligibility? This is when I start to boil. I try to be nice with you. I've tried to really communicate with you, human to human. Let me say something. If guys and girls, if men and women would get along in a way that, like, men, y'all have to realize a lot of times you treat regular women like hoes, okay? Period. A lot of times. Not a lot of men, but just it happens quite often. From a few people, maybe not a lot of people, but everybody knows, they've seen that dude, they know that dude or whatever, or a girl, whatever, person, that, you know, they're always like pushing it just a little bit, just pushing a little bit too far, just a little over the edge, just a little, like, you know what I'm saying? Almost like, are you doing this on purpose? Are you antagonizing? Or are you, like, you really can't tell if they are or not, right? So you don't want to, like, jump to conclusions and just be like, or whatever, but it's like, ooh, but they dancing on that, like, dancing, and they dancing on that shit. I don't want to sing the real words because I'll probably get in trouble and shit. But anyway, now if I just told you, not unless you're VIP, eligibility is activated after you've completed 3 massages, why would your reply back to me be, oh, okay, what if I were to book a longer massage to make up for the VIP eligibility? So this is why I don't hoe. This is why I don't escort proper. This is why I don't sell pussy. This is why I don't crave dick. This is why I have a low body count. This is why. Because that energy, that guy, that person is not ever worthy of putting their dick anywhere near me. I crave intellect. I like brains. I like really fucking smart people, okay? If you're stupid, if you're dumb, if you're slow, that's fine. But you're not going to be that with me. I like mature people. I like people who like to have conversations. To be honest, I have better conversations with children than I do with adults. You can be very blunt with children, very straight up, talk to them just like this. They will answer you back just like this. I fucking love kids. Adults, not so much. Because they're so used to playing each other's games, though. Also, I do get that. I just can't deal with it. I just don't have the bandwidth. I don't have the wherewithal. I don't have it. I just don't have it anymore at this point. You know, for an adult to be doing all that. So anyway, so then I just replied back with, no, only time can prove you are to be trusted. I left it very simple. I did not get emotional. And I blocked him. I gave him the answer right there with the no. I explained why. And I just blocked him. And that's it. But bruh, I've had to block 5 people. So wait, this one started on the 29th. This guy, okay, on the 29th, the guy I had to block. That guy got me this phone. This is what I'm saying. People, I can't marry you. I already had 2 proposals a couple of weeks ago. You're so sweet. And that keeps happening a lot lately too. It's very interesting, the cycles, the synchronicities. But this guy, and he almost got blocked before anyway too. So you know what? I was like, yeah, let me just go ahead and block you all the way. Bloop. Sound like whatever. So then, who else? I've been on a blocking spree. A lot of my regulars have gotten blocked. Because some people really will try you, y'all. People will really try you. And it is your job, it is your responsibility to put your foot down, to draw that line in the sand, and don't you let one person cross you over. I don't know if you guys watch like No Jump or anything like that, but that guy, Almighty, suspect, and he beat up that, whatever that kid was who was trying to be a fake pimp with the Instagram, OnlyFans, whatever, something. And anyways, he kept calling him a bitch, and no dude spit on him, and he fucking started just like welling on him, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, that's how it's supposed to be though. But it doesn't have to be violence. It doesn't have to be a physical fight. We have to learn to be that bold with our words. We have to learn to practice telling people no. We have to put our foot down. We have to draw the line in the sand. We have to set boundaries for ourselves and for other people also, then they will follow suit. I must be wife material for real. I am an ex-wife. I was a good wife to my husband for the most part until I left because I wasn't gonna be anymore. It's not funny, but so anyways, okay, so look. So then let's go back up. So now who's the next person that got blocked on Sunday? Oh, Sunday, blocking spree. Block party, baby. 3 of them. Who is this? Okay, here we go. Hey, Winter. At 2:41 a.m. I said, yes. Can we meet? So they have certain talk that's kind of like hoe talk. You know what I'm saying? They have certain lingo that's kind of like guys that are used to getting different types of sessions, if you will. Which is why I want to like really kind of help change the laws so that escorts can kind of do their own thing and people can stop attaching sex to massage therapy. It's very annoying, but it's to be expected. I even learned that in massage school. So I'm not tripping, but I am going to make a difference because it's annoying. It would just be so much easier if people could just talk about this stuff and not have to dance around it and sugarcoat it and call it this and that. I remember girls used to call, instead of charging, they wouldn't say they're charging because I guess they were doing the sex stuff. So they would just say their donations. Oh my God. Coming from a 5-star 4-diamond hotel, you know what I'm saying? To like run my own, and like I was also on Yelp and I had my business on. I was on what is it called? USA? No, a lot of very proper directories is what they're called. Okay, I am also in a lot of directories for my massage services, so I'm not just on over here with the kinky guys. No, this was like some fun extra shit I found on the side. Like, oh damn, what's this shit? This the shit y'all been looking at. I've been locked up in church with a husband and shit. I don't know nothing about none of this shit here. Okay, let me see what's popping. And it's like a million fucking years ago. It's like 2012, right? So anyway, there's just certain lingo. So when a man says, "Can we meet?" I'm like, oh my God, you probably just used to doing something else. I can already tell. Just like when guys would say, "What's your donation?" Ooh, they used to piss me off. It's not a donation. I charge you a fee. You pay the fee. I didn't understand. Right? I didn't understand what was going on. So, can we meet? I said, I don't understand what that means. And then I sent another text. Are you trying to book a massage? So you see, I still help him out as much as I can. He says yes. I said, did you read the entire ad? So you see, I'm even being fair. If I really wanted to guide him into fucking like dirty, muddy waters, I wouldn't even, you know what I'm saying? I'd just let him walk right into it and block. But no, I'm like trying to hold his hand. I'm trying to be nice and trying to be respectful. $1 million leash. I said, did you read the entire ad? He said, no. I said, please don't get disqualified and read the entirety of the ad. He spent an appropriate amount of time. He came back and says, okay, I get. I said, great, with 3 exclamation marks. I feel like we're on good, I feel like we're on at least level playing field ground, eyes, whatever now, right? He says, I need to give you like 1 to 3 hours notice. I said, what's your name, age, and method of payment? Yes, that's a big aspect. He gave me his name, age, and said cash. I said, great, his name, and then I gave him the time. I said, I can try to be ready sooner, but I might not be ready, but you can come in sooner. And then I asked him, are you 420 friendly, tolerant, or allergic? You see, as a business owner, we're always having to adjust our verbiage. We're always having to adjust our words because things are ever shifting these days. And so it's like, if it's one of those things, like it used to just be you ask people, are they 420 friendly? But now people think if you ask them, are they 420 friendly, that they think that you mean, do you want to get high with me? Do you want to smoke some marijuana with me? And that is not what the hell I'm trying to say at all. So I'm like, okay, let me clarify this shit. So that's when I came up with the, are you 420 friendly, tolerant, allergic? See, it gives an out. If somebody just don't want it, don't want to be around it, don't whatever, can be like, yeah, bitch, I'm allergic to that shit. Keep this shit away. I don't want it, whatever. Or be like, oh, yeah, I'm cool, but I can't because of my job or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just so I can know how to gauge myself because I like to have a little puff. I like to have a little puff before, you know. Just to, matter of fact, I have a little puff right now. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. So in response, his answer was, that's fine. Which that's not really a response. But I'm not being too picky right now. He's still in the running. You know what I'm saying? I asked for the name, age, and method of payment. He gave me all 3 in a row. Sometimes motherfuckers love to leave the name out or leave something else out. Whatever. So I said, great. I gave him the address. I said, you can park anywhere on the bottom or out on the street. And then he confirmed the time. I should be there at this time, right? I said, yes, it's best. I'll start getting ready shortly. I'm already showered. He says, okay, love. Excuse me. I said, which massage did you want, by the way? He said, totally tantric. And then he said, can you tell me about it? Now, unfortunately, at that time, I was busy. I couldn't. Otherwise, I would have. But also maybe wouldn't have, because sometimes guys get really... with my experience, when guys get really wordy or ask a lot of questions in the text message, they're almost not gonna come. Something happens. I don't know how to explain it, so I don't let them get too chitty chatty and shit. No, I'll say that shit right here. Whatever the fuck you gotta say, whatever you gotta ask. No, just get here. Get here if you can, right? So he says, "Can you tell me about it?" And I said, "Okay, thank you." And I said, "Yes, I'll tell you when you get here." And I put a wink. And then 20 minutes prior to his massage, he says, I might be running late, but I'll let you know. So then 2 minutes after his massage time was supposed to have started, I said, take your time. And then 6 hours later, I said, all that work just to get blocked. It amazes me, LOL. So where did he go? Where did he go? I don't know. But now you're blocked. Now you're blocked. You're going to have to find another way in. You're going to have to wait till I put another phone number up. You're going to have to get another phone number yourself. You're going to have to, I don't know. But it's funny because sometimes I've had guys get blocked and try to come back with another number and get reblocked. You still act like the same motherfucker. Just because you got a different number don't mean you doing shit different. If you still doing the same shit you was doing to get you blocked, but the problem is you didn't even pay attention. You don't even know why you got blocked. You ain't even ask. You ain't even try to find out. You just come over here on that same hot ass shit, or whatever the case may be. I don't know. So to me, that guy was a perfect example of just a perfect. I wouldn't call it a waste of time. It was a great exchange. This is safe for customer quality assurance. Since I'm like the data queen, or okay, look. So then this guy texts me, also similar time in the morning, and he says, "Hi, Winter." He spelled my name right, and he put exclamation mark, but he didn't capitalize it. Anyway, we only do that in America. We're goofy over here. Then he sent another text. Liked your last photo, though that's not real. There you go. I mean, right now I could just click. I could just block, hang up in your face right now. What? You know, some people think that that's cute. Some people think that's flattery. Some people, I don't know what the fuck some people are thinking. But, sir, that's not the way to start off a massage. That's not a way to make anybody want to give you anything. I just don't understand what was the purpose? What were you getting at? What were you trying to accomplish with that, right? Then he says, oh, and didn't even put a punctuation. Then he sends another text. Now this one, he didn't even start this off with a capital letter, but this one has punctuation. I pay attention to all that shit. He says, anyways, would like to experience the fantasy with the exclamation mark. Get the fuck off my phone. I sent him a text. I said, all my photos are real. I sent him another text. I said, book a FaceTime. And then I sent him another text and I said, still waiting. Oh, that was a lot of hours later. Oh, yeah, like the other guy. 6 hours later. And then I blocked him. Because you just got quiet. So you must be done here. I must be done here. Ooh, I'm living backward. Okay, so then the next one, the one that just really got a bitch boiling tonight. Hey, what is your availability? First of all, I don't like when people say hey to me. See, these are things that develop over time. I didn't always have a problem with people saying hey to me. I used to be like, hey, You know, right back. But that hey, being extra friendly and shit like that through the phone, through the text and all that, nah, man, that don't work. That don't work. It don't work. It doesn't work. You have to be very, especially if you're dealing with men in a sexual manner at all. If they think there's anything sexual, even though I don't, I provide sensual services, not sexual services. A Lord, to break it down for some, but you have to be very stern and firm about what it is you're talking about. You can't really afford to let up. It's just like training a dog, right? Or a child or something. Like you can't be like, oh, good boy. Like if you ever learn about training an animal, a dog specifically, they'll tell you to not give it too much praise when they do what you need it to do. It's almost like they supposed to do that shit. You don't praise them for doing what they're supposed to do, but but humans you do. Humans are not dogs. They're a little bit different, right? Because animals don't need reassurance. Like they're gonna love you regardless. That's why they're called man's best friend. Like you could dog them out literally, and they're gonna still be right there. Well, some women are like that too, anyway. But so anyway, he says, "Hey, what is your availability?" I said, "Who is this?" with a question mark. What's your age and method of payment? Question mark. So you see, that's the same question I asked before, but before I said, "What's your name, age, and method of payment?" Because it was in a nice flow of things. There's no flow with, hey, what is your availability? And I don't know who the flow you are. So I said, who is this? And what's your name and your method of payment while you're at it? So then he replies back, 25 and cash. I said, what is your name? He gave me his name. I gave him the time I'd be available. And I said, what massage would you like from my options? I had to be specific. From my options. Well, the time that I gave him was in military time. So he replied back about an hour later with that time and a question mark. And then he sent another text that says, what does the $250 include? At this case, honestly, I just had already just moved all the way over into like, I'm just not in the mood anymore. I'm just not in the mood anymore. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't just him, right? And it wasn't just today. This is a slow build. And so I said, my massages only include massages. Go fucking figure. And then I said, I'm no longer available. And then I said, good luck. And guess what? And I didn't block him. He didn't do anything to deserve to get blocked. But I cannot see him today. His energy is not going to go well with my energy today. Tonight. Now. So, about half an hour later, he texts me back. Then what's the difference between 60-minute tease and 60-minute tantric? This is a very legitimate question. To me, at this point, it just kind of feels like, what do you want, right? I know you're clearly looking for something. You're fishing around for something. You're trying to find something, a loophole, anything. And I even tried to make it simple. My twin flame had me do this last year. He said, why don't you just take your menu and give them 2 options instead of 3? I said, that's really smart. Because, you know, you give people too many options sometimes, it just be doing too much. You feel me? So I backed it up. So I do really have 3 options normally. I used to have 4. Then I'm 3. Now it's just 2. Right? So it's like, but I still answered his question, even though I found it very annoying. I said, at a base level, and I just put lingerie, topless, nude. Then I pasted this whole long ass, you see all that? All this information that, oh, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You, triangular flag on post. Triangular flag on post. Triangular flag on post. Deal breakers triangular flag on post. Triangular flag on post. Triangular flag on post. Check checkbox. She does not offer half-hour treatments. Check checkbox. She is never available now. Check checkbox. She does not create content with clients but can create for clients. Check checkbox. She provides sensual services not $EU actual check checkbox.
This is sexual.
The more clarity you seek regarding your service, the more requests you make. The more the start time to begin will be pushed out until appointment time is verified. Check checkbox. 1 to 3 hours window is needed to fit you in her schedule. Construction sign. Construction sign. Construction sign. Construction sign. Construction sign.
Shut your ass up.
Construction sign. Construction sign. Construction sign. Construction.
Shut up! I can't make it stop. Hold on.
Construction sign. Construction.
Yeah, that's a construction sign. Okay. Can you do that? No. Okay, well, anyways, I'm just going to read it. Winter's Autumn Menu 2022. Simply Sensual 200. Lingerie and draped 60 minutes. Tantric Teas 300. Both fully nude 60 minutes. Inform me of which service you're interested in experiencing. I prefer single men who need healing and have no woman to receive it from. And then I put in parentheses, no married men. Because I have to put that. Otherwise, somebody's going to say, oh, I didn't know that's what that meant. I also assist couples, in parentheses. A paid consultation will determine if we are a match, close parentheses. Please reply back. Let me know how I can help now. Winter heat. Now, here we go. VIP question mark. I don't have a problem with paying. So I'm frustrated because in the ad it says I only do massage. Have you heard me mention anything about VIP? Not in this phone call, not in this text message. I have not. I do have another copy paste that does state about how to become VIP qualified. But it's not here. It was not a conversation. And by you motherfucking asking me about VIP, see, hoes would love to hear that. That's what bitches want. Bitches want guys to upgrade. Bitches want to break your bank. I just want to heal you and send you home. I don't need to break your bank. I don't need your money. I need to heal people. That's what I need. I enjoy healing people. That's what I need. And I don't care about your dick. If me and your dick get along when you get here, that's between me and your dick. You have nothing to do with that. You need to stay the fuck out of the conversation at all, period, in general. There's nothing you can do to convince, well, that's not true. There's very few things I'm sure that you can do. But I always thought it's a fair, I mean, I have a boyfriend now, right? But as a single woman, like, shoot your shot. Shoot your fucking shot, bro. If you're in this bitch and you got me lit, if I'm turned on by you for some miraculous reason, which it would have to be a damn near miracle. Good for you. I'm not gonna fight that shit. I'm not gonna act like, you know what I mean? Like whatever, like I'm loud. I hope. Maybe it's happened before. It's just very rare, right? So I already could sense earlier you was digging and probing around looking for shit, bro. I'm trying to help you get your foot in the door. Men love to just block themselves out or slam. I'm very blunt. I'm very upfront. There's you just all this poking and probing and that just come just straight out and just ask them at that point. You're still gonna get a no. I don't know how much more information you want, Other than, you know what I'm saying? And that's why you could tell by looking at some girls' ads how frustrated they are by dealing with other clients. You see, I don't do that. I won't. I I try to always transmute energy enough to where I can use it as a corrective for me. So if a person treats me a way I don't want to be treated, if a person says something to me that I don't like, if a person if anything outside of me is doing something that makes me think that I'm being affected by it, I need to change something about me. It's not this thing outside of me. It's not that thing outside of me. It's something in me. It's something in my ad. It's something in my attitude. It's something in my something that I need to change. That's the difference between me and like most humans. People don't do that. People don't take that kind of consideration. People don't take that kind of like approach, right? To really think about it like, every single time, everything is self-projection. So everything you think into somebody else is really just you. It's really just you. It's really just you. It's really just you. It's really just you. Period. And the shit works for me. The formula works. But it just got to be frustrating because I'm like, because whereas if I was a hoe, you know what I'm saying, I would be excited to see him talking about VIP, but at the same time, probably not, because even if I was a hoe, I would still be a smart hoe, and I can already tell. Listen, I would be very shocked. I would be very surprised if this man had a great deal of money, or has ever earned a great deal of money in his life. He might have ran across some money. He might have some money sometimes or something. I'm just judging right now. I'm completely just judging. I don't know him. I'm only judging off of the way he fucking texts. And let me tell you, baby, I'm good. Okay? I am good. I can qualify or disqualify somebody with the quickness through a text. The very first text you send, I can tell already if we're gonna be compatible or not. The same way a woman can look at a man when she first sees him and would you let him fuck? Yes or no? Maybe. I don't know. I might let him be a munch or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's the same thing for me. I can tell by the way you text, like, nope, next. It's like swipe right, swipe left. It's that easy for me. However, I know that if I'm that flippant about things, my results will also be. I like precision. I prefer precision. I like faith. I don't like hope. It's just a little too sloppy for me. So he says VIP, I don't have a problem with paying. You know what that probably means? If I'm charging $300 for a massage, he's probably like, oh, she's playing hard to get. I bet she'll take 500 and she'll suck me raw and let me hit. My problem is, because it be the audacity for me. It be the fact that there's too many people willing to do something strange for some change. And that's what I'm here to change. We have to raise the vibrations starting in the lowest dimension. That's what I'm here for. The sex world is mine. People need to be taught some manners. And shit just needs to be kind of set straight. There's never been a person on the sex side of life. Like, we don't have no big mama. We don't have no big daddy of the sex world. Well, I guess it'll be me, bitch. Because there needs to be some order. And I feel like this will not take long once it gets really activated. It's just annoying because, like, my old coworkers and I, we used to actually, well, they used to have this joke. I used to kind of, laugh at them making the joke. I never made that joke because I was all innocent back then, but they used to always say, listen, you're not going to get a massage and a hand job. Pick one. And that's when motherfuckers want to start crying and whining about shit. $200-$300 for a hand job. I want more than that. Then, bitch, run me my fucking check, Michael Bay. Since you want to direct some shit, we don't have a problem with that. Pay us accordingly, though. And that's the problem. Guys be wanting to do some cheap shit because there's a lot of cheap bitches out there, man. There really is. It's really sad. It's really scary to me to know how many young girls, how many beautiful young girls, how many very attractive women are selling their bodies for the low. I mean the low. And it's like, I get it, you know. Everybody's not going to be high class or whatever, top of the line or whatever, and that's fine too and stuff, but but it's really bad in places like Atlanta, or I don't know how it is in Houston. Not to be honest, I don't know how it is on there. Or LA. There's an oversaturation of quote 9s and 10s, or at least their pictures look like it, right? Because we don't know. That's selling quote unquote massages and more for 150, 200 bucks. They're doing these half hours. That's why I say no, I don't offer half hour sessions. People do HH. What the fuck is HH? No. No. No, people don't have high values for themselves anymore. You're right. But that's okay. That's why I'm here. I'm here to help. I'm not here to ridicule. I'm here to school. I'm here to educate. I'm here to learn together, right? I'm here to learn how to teach, how to transfer knowledge and information that's beneficial for all parties. So anyway, the guy says VIP, I don't have a problem with paying. Very nice of you, sir. At least you didn't expect something for free. I said, but you have a problem reading rules. And I just put the laughing with the sweat drop emoji and the tears. And then I sent another text and I said, no, thank you. And then I sent another text and I said, you don't qualify. And I still didn't block him. You see, I'm fair. He didn't need to be blocked yet or anything, right? I just said my piece and I left it. Then he texted me one more text. What do I have to qualify for? I text him back, I don't have time for this, good evening. And I blocked him. To be honest, the conversation was not a bad conversation. It was not fruitful for me. I don't have time to hold your hand and guide you through this. Not today, Felicia. You should have caught me when I had the time. I don't have that time anymore. Oh, is that a bot? I saw him saying something earlier. I was like, I haven't seen one of those in a long time. I used to see those on here sometimes. And they just like say random. It's like random, not flag words. What do they call it? Like keywords, search words, or whatever. Certain ones that'll be like to go with the tag of. Oh, here we ebony natural ass. So what do I have to qualify for was his question. Well, just to put it out in the universe. You have to qualify to be in my space. You have to qualify to be in my home. You have to qualify to have a conversation with me. That's what you have to qualify for. I'm not obligated to communicate with anyone. I'm not obligated to promise or render services to someone that I don't want to. I'm self-employed and have been so since 2012. I am my own boss. I'm pimping, tricking, and hoeing at the same time. Therefore, I'm three bitches functioning at three positions at least at all times. Therefore, I literally don't. The only thing I do have is energy for something like this, where I'm putting it into a broader, where it's being broadcast to where the energy reverberates, it goes out further to where it can actually affect more people into getting the message, the overall message, and also the message of the evening. I just noticed I've been blocking a lot of people. There was a good period there I didn't really block any. See, there's only just a few every now and then. Let's see what this guy said, and then we could talk about Boosie being a boy groomer. Boosie the boy groomer, you're right. You're coming right on up. Okay, this guy texts me FT show question mark, which means FaceTime show. The time was 16:50. I replied back 20:00. He gonna reply back, why not now? And how much? Is you dumb or is you stupid? I said you don't qualify. Thanks for inquiring though. Block. No, this guy was doing a lot. Hi, are you available tonight? I did read your whole ad. Do you require a deposit? And at about 8:00. This is my name, my age, cash. Do you do real tantra? He was asking me some questions that I had to actually give him lengthy answers. Everyone's definition of tantra slightly varies, so everyone's modality of tantra is going to be different. Of course, my tantra is real. I'm also licensed. However, that doesn't mean that I provide the same type of tantra that another provider does. He said, only had it once, but it was fun. I said, LOL, well, fun is an interesting description. Sounds more like playtime, less like healing. I'm more of a healer. I'm a fun girl, but not in capacity with my massage. I have strong boundaries. And then he said, kind of was. When I said, sounds more like playtime, he says, kind of was. I said, well, fun sounds expensive. And I put the little devil emoji. He said, so is it more breathing but not fun? So then I explained all this stuff. And he's like, let me check your other services. And I said, virtual? He says, no, not virtual person. I said, you should probably read my ad. He said, yeah, I'm going to now, in more of a tease mood. So then I gave him a whole bunch of other words. And I basically told him, if your budget's less than $5,000, the only thing you qualify for is a massage. I do this for charity. I only get into character beyond therapeutic and sensual if I'm actually turned on in real life or as a paid actress. I apologize, but I wouldn't advertise on that site for more though. It's not in people's budget, you know? He says, maybe I'd turn you on. Now, those types of guys, I like those types of guys because that's bold, that's brave, that's ballsy, that's confidence. I like that. Women like confidence. And I said, I'm not so far. That's a tough one to crack. I'm a fully satisfied woman, so to entice me would be worth it for me also. So I'm not discouraging him. I'm like, bring it the fuck on. I'm already Gucci. How you gonna make me better than I already am? You saying you make me better, then nigga show me. He said fully satisfied, and I said already. And I said, so it's 200 to 300 for a massage, or anything else starts at $5,000. That's what turns me on. He says, oh, so no hope? The exclamation mark. I said, no hope for broke? He says, not broke, baby. I said, not you. I'm just saying in general. High rollers only. Nothing personal, all business. He said, so you must be worth it. And I said, plus hope is rooted in lack. You should aim for faith, for better results. I'm not worth it. I am it. Supply and demand. He said, ha. I said, fortunate for me, I have a brain and don't rely on my body looks or men to survive. I build brands and do this stuff for fun. So yeah, I have celebrity clientele just for massages, not extra, not even happy endings. I'm pretty spoiled, but I earn it and reciprocate. He says, I rely only in my body. I said, my body is my treasure. He says, nice. Well, no extra, not super interested. And I just told him good luck, boo. I talked this couple little shit talking like extra request pay, extra yes, extra for free. That's misery. I just be talking some shit. And I sent him a link, whatever, and I blocked him. So the reason why I block him is just so that the energy is not ever welcome to come back in again. If it is, it has to get redressed. It has to change its face. It has to change its code. It has to change something. In order to get in front of my presence again, it has to change something about itself. And however long it's able to maintain that lifespan, good for it. There have been some guys that have gotten blocked and gotten back in good graces again and snuck their ass back in here because they fucking walked on eggshells. It's not even like they did anything, but it's like sometimes dudes just be doing too much. It's like, what are you doing? You asking goofy ass questions. Just get in the fucking door, bro. If it's that deep, if you're that hung up, if you just really need like whatever you're looking for or something, then go to one of those bitches. I promise you, my ad does not tell you. It doesn't even read like I'm gonna be that bitch at all. My ad looks like she's doing too much to not be doing shit. So it should automatically ward those guys off, you would think. It doesn't quite exactly. Oh, well, whatever. That's enough on that. So Boosie, booty ass, loving. Boosie's gay. No, I'm just kidding. I have a problem because Boosie got a child. He groomed a child into death row. Okay, I have a problem with this. Boosie killed his brother-in-law. Boosie is a lot of y'all's favorite, but he is a detriment to society. I do not like him. He gets on my nerves. And you know what's funny? I finally started saying something out loud about it about a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago. And I was talking shit about how he always talking shit about just all the gay stuff, whatever. He's just very interesting character. But everyone knows, a lot of people, a lot of women, a lot of guys, a lot of black guys like to say, the black women like to say, what are you gay, da-da-da-da-da, and all this other stuff or whatever. But there's a real aspect to that. Some of them, yeah, they're just trolling. Some of them are just saying that shit just to say it. But at the end of the day, a lot of times we fail to realize what really has happened in our community. Or you could say communities, because we have been broken up into a multitude of communities amongst us. When Gabrielle Union finally said something about him, I think it was yesterday I saw that on YouTube or whatever, I was like, yes! That's exactly what the fuck I was saying. But it's almost like, but this is a real statement. It's like not even trying to be funny. It's like you need help, sir. And somebody probably did touch you. Something did happen to you. Plus, in my opinion, you know, I don't know if this would be considered incest. I kind of consider it incest a little bit. You know, the fact that he got his let me act like I'm a larger channel and not just speak recklessly. The fact that he paid a woman to give a blowjob to his 12-year-old son and felt comfortable enough to say it on the internet is very telling. Wouldn't you think? There's a thing that predators do. They groom the room. Predators, proper predators, like R. Kelly, they know how to groom around the thing that they're actually preying upon. R. Kelly groomed the parents of those girls. Those parents should really be doing time in prison. R. Kelly's sister, who allegedly did whatever to him, also should be in prison. Or whoever else touched R. Kelly when he was a child, they also should be in prison. These are the things that are not happening. This is why we are upside down, inside out, backwards, feeling incomplete, never feeling like it's fair, nothing's ever on our side. You know, as soon as shit's going your way, feels like something else happens. As soon as you feel like you're on top of the world, da 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 da. This is why. So, Boosie was grooming everyone to be comfortable with the fact that he paid for his son to get a sex service from an adult woman, and he was 12 years old. He talked about it so much and so flippantly. He was bragging. Gabrielle Union was 100% right. Straight men don't keep dick in their mouth like that, sir. Always worried and concerned about where somebody else putting their little Peter whacker. Sounds like a personal problem. Leave people alone. Go be miserable somewhere else. Go heal up that jaundice, whatever you got going on. Go drink some water. Sleep with your feet up. Let your heart rest a little bit. Put your feet up. Turn around in your bed. Put your feet up. Do something different. I cannot stand him. He's absolutely disgusting. Now, what was the other thing? I'm over him. There was one more. I don't remember. Hold on, let me see. Because I have you guys on what I would be using typically. Maybe that's it. Yeah, I don't see I don't see anything else. I think that's it for now. I did have something else though, but what was it? You guys, I wish there was more. Well, oh, was it the Gabrielle Union thing? Oh, that's right. Christians are Jews. Bible slavery. That's right. I almost forgot. I'm glad I looked over here. All right, Bible slavery. It's totally different than the slavery that's been going on, right? This is from a show called Non-Stamp Collector. It's really funny. On the real, like when you're watching it, you can see they put like the actual like scriptures, like where they get this information from. I like that. Yeah, so without further ado,
Expected.
What about haircuts?
Lord? Lord, it turns out it's going to be a lot worse than we figured. They're going to be stealing from each other, lying, being cruel, even hating each other and killing each other. This whole fall from grace is worse than we expected.
What about haircuts?
Lord?
The hair on the side of their heads and their beards, do they end up cutting that?
Well, I'll check. Yes.
Oh, why did I make the fruit of that tree so deliciously tempting? No, that's not on. I want that ban.
It's not a ban on cutting the hair on the side of their head. Moving on, Lord, it seems that this sinful nature messes them up so bad that they actually abuse children in some cases.
Do they wear clothes made of wool and linen woven together?
Yes.
Right, that too. Absolute ban on that.
If we may, can we direct you towards the things we think you need to be equally clear on?
Yeah, I heard you. Killing each other, stealing, sitting on chairs that menstruating women have been sitting on.
Well, those first two, yes. Are you going to prohibit them?
Yes.
Good.
And tattoos as well. No tattoos. I am the Lord.
Lord, you hate oppression and cruelty and stealing just as much as tattoos, right?
Yes.
Well, thank goodness for that, because we've got something that you really need to look at then.
What are they doing?
Well, slavery, Lord.
Slavery, eh?
Yes, on a massive scale, Lord. It begins right away, and looking at the projections, it seems that some of the larger and more powerful civilizations that arise think that it's okay to forcibly take literally millions of people from the continent of Africa, mainly, and make them work for them and practically build their nations for them. Humans actually steal their fellow humans and deprive them of all liberty and dignity for their entire life. They're captured, shackled, often branded, and crammed into boats and shipped overseas where they're sold and literally worked to death. Children are born into slavery and live out their entire lives as slaves, not knowing a single day of freedom.
Africans, you said?
Well, yeah, Africa is going to take the brunt of this, Lord, in the long term. You need to set a clear example of your compassion here, Lord. It's very simple. I mean, you love righteousness and justice, right, Lord? This is just about the worst violation of those imaginable.
Right, well, let's do it then. It sounds like something that I really need to be very clear about. Let's get this absolutely right once and for all.
Oh, great. I certainly am glad to hear you say that, Lord. So it's really up to you as far as the wording goes. Do you want a do not commandment or a you must not commandment?
Huh?
Well, so far you've got do not invoke the names of other gods, do not allow a sorceress to live. Both of those are very unambiguous, so we could have do not own another person as property. Or do you want you must not own another person's property, like you have you must not eat any fat or any blood?
Yeah,
I'd go with you must not. It's kind of stronger, don't you think? Yeah, I think so. There's not much chance of misinterpretation there. Yeah, but do not is more of a kind of imperative.
Well, look, the owning people aspect of it, I don't mind so much. Were there any other aspects of it that you were concerned about?
Well, Lord, the idea of owning people as property is probably a good place to start when abolishing slavery, don't you think?
Whoa, hold on. Who's abolishing anything?
Well, Lord, you abolished cross-dressing a minute ago. Don't you think that slavery is equally detestable?
It's tricky, isn't it?
Well, not really, Lord, no. In fact, these sinful, fallen humans will outlaw it themselves eventually. Yeah, Lord, just command it and it's done. You must not buy and sell people.
No, look, again, that aspect in and of itself isn't so much of a concern either.
What?
Now, look, well, if it's a runaway slave seeking refuge, then that's obviously different. But if it's a fair and square commercial deal, then...
Lord, are you saying that they may buy slaves?
Well, it depends on...
It depends? On what?
Well, you mentioned some situation in the future to do with slaves from Africa.
Yes, Lord.
And that they're taken from Africa to other countries.
Yes, exactly.
Well, see, the slaves are from a different country, so... Oh, I see. You guys were thinking that the slaves were going to be my people, the Israelites. Oh, no. Oh, no wonder you're so confused. Oh, sorry, okay. Look, we're obviously talking about two different things, okay? My people aren't allowed to do this to each other, okay? Put this down, okay? You must not rule over your fellow Israelites ruthlessly. Your slaves are to come from the nations around you. From them, you may buy slaves.
Whoa!
Israelite owning another Israelite as a slave wouldn't be okay. They're only allowed to keep each other in indentured servitude.
Okay,
Right? How bad this African slavery thing gets in the future? Look, it's a totally different
You're
thing.
okay with people being made slaves? What, for life?
Well, no. After 6 years, they have to be set free and provided for with food and wine and even livestock when they go. See, it's like a retirement benefit. And you're comparing it to some kind of slavery.
What, they can go back to Africa?
Huh? No, I'm not talking about foreign slaves.
Lord, but
You're a bit
that's-
hung up on this Africa thing. Look, I'm talking about the Israelites. They have to
Yeah,
free each other from
Lord.
indentured servitude
Yeah,
at the end of
yes,
6
yes,
years.
Lord. I get that you're talking about Israelite indentured servants, but what about the foreign slaves, though?
Foreign, see, they're from different nations. So,
They stay slaves for life?
no. Indentured servants go free up to 6 years.
No,
You're not
Lord,
seeing
we
this
wanna
clearly.
talk about it.
Listen.
Lord, that's
Israelite
just-
indentured servants have to be treated kindly and released at the end of 6
No,
years.
Lord, foreigners.
What?
Well, do they get freed? The foreigners that they buy as slaves?
No. You can make them slaves for life.
Whoa,
But the Israelites are to be
whoa,
freed,
whoa.
see? It's a totally different arrangement, okay? You can't even compare it with
You're
slavery.
mandating lifetime slavery.
Why do you keep implying that the Israelites can keep each other as slaves?
No,
I'm telling you that they
slaves, but
can't.
no, we're
It's just
talking
not
about the
slavery. It's a totally different thing. This is something that they're just as likely to opt into voluntarily. Look, it's more like a safety net. If they can't pay their debts, they might opt in to be someone's servant for a period of years until they all go free.
Can I just bring you back to these foreign slaves, Lord, being sold into bondage for life?
It's a totally different
You
thing.
seem to be commanding oppressive lifetime slavery.
Israelite indentured servitude has nothing to do with that, though.
We're
This is
not
totally
talking
different.
about that, Lord.
Don't you know that if an Israelite kills his indentured servant,
No.
he gets the death penalty himself? This is a humane system. The servants aren't property.
Yeah,
They'll
but
be
the foreigners
fed and
are.
housed by their master, and they'll have job security. In fact, these people are job creators, and you're trying to get in their way. Look, the servants can eventually buy their
Lord,
freedom.
I get what you're saying about that, Lord, but we're concerned about what you said about the foreign slaves. I'll put it up on the screen here, okay? Look, you may buy slaves. They are to come from the nations around you. You can make them slaves for life, but you must not rule over your fellow Israelites ruthlessly.
Right, see, exactly. The Israelites must treat each other with kindness and respect. See,
you're
what a
missing
godly life.
that. Lord, what we see here pretty much describes the worst and most oppressive and inhumane forms of slavery the world will ever see.
Oh, but you're
It
not.
will be the shame of many nations to have once participated in exactly what you're
Again,
outlining.
why are you trying to make me look bad when I'm saying they have to free each other and
We're
treat each
talking
other
about the people that
humanely?
they don't have to free, Lord.
No, look, right? The Israelites are not slaves. They're indentured servants.
If I may, I'd like to voice a concern, and please just hear me out. If you go with that wording we've got here, people might think that buying slaves from other nations and making them slaves for life was in line with your inherent moral nature.
Oh, well, look, that would obviously be a case of taking my words completely out of context, right?
No, it would be a
Look,
matter of obeying them,
look, I can
Lord.
take care of that. I'll blow that argument completely out of the water. Ready? Write this down. Do not mistreat or oppress a foreigner. There. How can anyone now say that I'm ordering anything even remotely cruel?
So, you're abandoning what we've got up here so far, then?
Oh, keep that. It's fine.
Well, it just simply contradicts what you've got here.
Well, I'd say that it complements what we've got here.
Lord, it might be helpful if I describe the characteristics of the slavery that we're trying to avoid. This is what the humans do, and then themselves abolish as being incredibly cruel. Their slaves come from the nations around them. From them, people buy slaves. The slaves become their property, and they make them slaves for life.
That's a totally
So
different...
they bequeath the slaves to their children as inherited
But
property.
again, that has nothing to do with how the Israelites are meant to treat each other.
This is
Look,
not
they have
about
to let each other go at the
Israelites.
end of 6 years, and they have to treat each other humanely. Why won't you just...
Okay, Lord, just one more thing there. Can I read a law that the humans come up with themselves? Yeah, it might be something that you'd like to command yourself now, at the outset of human history.
Yeah, go on.
I'll just adapt it to this context. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude shall exist on earth.
Look, it just sounds like some kind of man-made morality, which is obviously inferior to a divine commandment.
I don't think so,
But
Lord.
anyway, look, my commandments for the Israelites are pretty much the same as that anyway. They probably got that law from me. They're not to keep each other in
What?
slavery. They're only allowed to keep, their slaves in slavery.
Foreigners.
And temporary residents living among them. And members of their clans. And the people whose cities they want to invade. Right? And actually, I like that bit about bequeathing to slaves to their children as inherited property. Put that in too, up there somewhere. But look, I just need to make it absolutely clear that Israelites aren't to do this to each other, because that would be cruel, and I would never allow it, and it's totally different. Look, I think that's good now. Let's leave that as it is there. Was there anything else you wanted to get my opinion on?
Well, the only other thing was genocide. You're going to be very, very clearly against wiping entire peoples from the face of the earth, right?
Yeah, see, it's tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very tricky. Okay, so yeah. Africa, huh? Africa, you say? Africa. Wait, Gabrielle, what was Gabrielle gonna say?
Oh, snap. What's that you got on? Yo, these new I got ones about Randy.
I'm in the future with this. I'm stepping on top of the world.
Right now, Gabrielle Union has had enough, and she took some shots at Boosie for his continued assault.
This is Hip Hop News
against
Uncensored.
Her and Dwayne Wade's child. Now, I'm going to play what she said, and then I'll be back on the back end to do what I do. So here is Gabrielle Union giving Boosie business routine.
So far, so good, you know. Sorry, Boosie. He's so preoccupied. Yeah, he is. Very much so. Almost like, now don't protest too much, little Booze. I'm gonna look at a lot of dick on your mind.
The white girl jumped in there and said, you got a lot of dick on your mind.
She was doing an interview. Gabrielle was with Jamel Hill. I'm sure the full interview.
I don't know why I thought Jamel Hill was a white lady.
Now, this is in response. Now, they have been quiet. Dwayne, Gabrielle hasn't said too much. Boosie said a lot over the last year and some change. And she finally was able to take her shot back at Boosie. And I give you guys a story. I remember it was this dude. I'm not going to put his name out there, right? But he will always talk about one particular act. And it made me start to wonder, like, yo, like, why are you so preoccupied with this so much? Either something happened to you, or you kind of interested in on some sick, dark. Now, I'm not saying this is Boosie at all, but I'm saying this is what Gabrielle was saying about Boosie. She's saying, like, yo, why are you, so preoccupied with this? Like, I guess the average person, okay, from the way we was brought up.
Right, my daddy wouldn't be worried about that shit.
We see it going on a lot now.
If it ain't my daddy child, he don't give a fuck.
Want to be identified as non-binary and feeling like they was born this and born that. It's different, and I can't say that I'm with it, but it's like more now out there and prevalent now for it to happen. Like for you to see that, like when you put something that says man, woman, non-binary. When I was coming up, it was just man and woman. So it's something that's being introduced, and I can't say that I understand it, but I'm never going to, disrespect anyone or talk down on anyone because of that. I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? And, unless you was in a situation as Gabrielle and Dwayne, we don't know how we would really deal with that. For me, you're definitely going to love your child. I'm going to love my child through thick and thin and through everything. I'm not going to ostracize them or nothing like that. In the same breath, I can't say that it's something that I would be comfortable with, but you damn sure ain't gonna sit back and let some rapper or somebody else attack your family. That just ain't gonna happen. So
right.
I gotta commend her for saying what she said, and I guess the question is out there, like, she said, well, you got a deal in your mind. And Boosie gonna respond to this, so we'll see. But I wanted to bring this to you because we've been talking about that, and obviously the Boosie response and her response, and it's been an ongoing thing, and they kind of just been taking the hits, taking the punches. Now, she fired back at him, so we're going to sit back, and I'm sure at some point, he'll definitely respond, and that kind of is what it is. But let me know what you guys think about the whole situation. Not just her firing back at Boosie, but just him attacking their child. Let me know what you guys think about.
He said Boosie butt. No pun. Pause. Oh, North Carolina pastor caught. More pastors keep getting caught. This is just too much for me. Y'all are too much. Okay, back to something about us being from Africa. What is this? Oh. Ooh. I have to potty, you guys. I was learning about the female orgasm. Mm. 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 I don't feel any type of way about that DJ Pat guy and Takeoff. I don't know why. I don't feel any type of way. I think I feel the same way about Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez case. It's like, y'all all just go in this box of, let me know the results when you find out. I don't have the bandwidth or the energy to ride the roller coaster along the way. I don't care. I only care about the data and the results. Thank you. Ain't be too much bullshit going on. Now, where is this? Like, this is the only person I really heard talking about not being from Africa like this. I guess it's not a popular thing. I mean, it makes sense to me. I'm like, why is this not? Okay, there's that one, but wait, where's the other one? Wait. Ooh, damn. Harriet Tubman is a fictional character. Oh my god. I haven't watched any of this stuff. Well, where's the thing I watched the other day? Is that it? Oh, no. That's that. That's, no, not that one. No, not that one. No, not that one. Oh, this one. Finally, I knew I could find it. I'm just here to make you sing.com is his website. I fixed It's my ring.
OCO, beautiful people. I appreciate you all joining me again. A lot of information we're going to have to be covering this week, next week, and the weeks beyond that. I'm going to drop a bomb for you all. You all are doing great. I appreciate all the love I'm receiving in the comments, the shares, and more people reaching out with them.
Oh shit, motherfucker. Okay. Hold on. Okay, that's my bad.
Right now, hopefully I can earn your subscription right after. You all are doing great. I appreciate all the love I'm receiving in the comments, the shares, and more people reaching out. We're coming together. That's amazing. We got things to do. A lot more information to come. This time around, I'm going to be sharing more information when it comes to what you see on the screen right there, Ancient American. So I'm going to be presenting a lot of new information that you may be unfamiliar with here on my channel, my wife and I's channel, and my second channel. Be looking out for all of it. If you do not have your notifications on, I highly recommend that you have them on. If you're not subscribed right now, hopefully I can earn your subscription right after this. I appreciate that. Click the like button if you learned something new also. So I'm going to get right into it. We're going to start off with this one. I'll be looking out for the next ones coming up. So now let's go to this Easter egg clip from one of my exclusive movies called Reverse, which is available to watch now using the link to my website below. At about right here, at this point of the movie, the viewer's attention is focused on a picture that has a lot going on, to say the very least. So I'll give you a few just to take it all in. Now tell me, what do you see in this picture? You may have noticed that the people who are depicted in this image are of a dark hue in complexion. And you will find that some of the people are wearing feathered headdresses, with the feathers pointing to the sky and not the ground. A few are also seen here wearing wraps or turbans. One of them is seen carrying arrows on his back and holding a bow in his right hand. The setting of this image appears to be taking place inside of an ancient spiritual dwelling, being as though we see that many people are formally gathered inside of this one location, with some kneeling and displaying gestures with their hands as if they are praying or meditating, or paying respects to this large statue-like figure standing on top of a decorated, elevated platform. This image was used in a very historical book that was released in London, England during the year 1671, in which the original title of this book was translated from Dutch to English at the time of printing as America, being the latest and most accurate description of the New World, which was written by author John Ogilvy, with cartography credits to Arnoldus Montanus. What is very important to note here is that all of the images utilized throughout this book were borrowed from the late 1590s watercolor collection of illustrator John White. And on page 139 of this book, the author titles it in English as Virginia. Now, some of you who have been subscribed to my channel for some years now can recall me informing you about this book throughout many of my previous documentaries, vlogs, and live streams here on my channel, because of how important it is when it comes to first European contact with some of the original inhabitants of this land, which most of you know now as North, Central, and South America. And let me add that this book also outlines some of the British colonialism taking place throughout the East and West Indies of the Americas during that time period. As I've been mentioning on numerous occasions ever since 2015, this historical book can be seen in person at the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C. And it is also held by the New York Public Library under the Lionel Pincus and Princess Furiao Map Division of catalog number B144-67885. It is also found in the Lawrence H. Slaughter Collection under catalog number 3050, and it is also held by the National Endowment for the Humanities Society under early maps of the Mid-Atlantic Seaboard. You know how I like to cross-reference my research materials, right? So now, what I want to point out to you next is how deceitful American history can be when it comes to official historical accounts of already existing unmolested primary sources. And here's what I mean by that. For example, as of May 13th, 2015, the Virginia Historical Society claims that, quote, in 1671, the Amsterdam printer Jacob Moores published America by Arnoldus Montanus, a compilation in Dutch of historical accounts from North and South America. Montanus was a Jesuit and apparently sought illustrations that emphasized the non-Christian, heathen character of Native American religion.
I like that name.
The unnamed artist for the book invented a Virginia scene that borrowed from images of Mexican Indian practice. This concocted scene was in turn copied by other artists. End quote. Now,
you see how I said name? He said name at the same time. That is just so funny. I love when that happens. Thank you. This is halfway over. And after this, I'll be done with you. YouTube, I'll be done with you.
Some of this is correct, but there are also lots of errors made here concerning their narrow light claims. First of all, Arnoldus Montanus is in fact not the author of this book. He was the cartographer, which is the person responsible for drawing the maps inside of the book. Yes, he was a Jesuit, but that doesn't mean that he was the person responsible for choosing the images used inside of this book. And if the Virginia Historical Society wasn't so lazy at researching, they would have discovered the illustrator's name of these images, who I mentioned earlier as being John White, instead of jumping to their own assumptions, which are royally inaccurate. Or maybe you out there concur with the saying, all things happen for a reason, and you may think that this story was told this way intentionally, which makes you ask some questions, like, why would the Virginia Historical Society claim that since Montanus was a Jesuit, that he would, quote, apparently sought illustrations that emphasized the non-Christian heathen character of Native American religion, when he wasn't even the illustrator of the image to begin with? And why would the Virginia Historical Society claim that the artist of these images is unnamed, meaning that they don't know his name or anything about him, but then proceed to give their opinions of this same artist as if they now know him by claiming that he, quote, borrowed from images of Mexican Indian practice?
Like, how the fuck y'all know?
Is there really such a thing called a Mexican Indian practice?
Wow.
When the majority of the so-called Mexicans were historically followers of the Catholic Christian practice. The reason why they don't want you to look into the artists is because you will discover what really happened, which was that other artists were later hired to reproduce counterfeit images with European influence of some of these prominent images of North and South American cultures, along with their inhabitants. According to the New York Public Library, the title of this image read as King Powhatan, which is in fact misspelled here by the author, but you'll find that these types of errors are a common thing to happen, especially when dealing with foreigners writing our American history anyways. Where the Virginia Historical Society claims in 2015 that White borrowed from images of Mexican Indian practice, they are referring to the large statue-like figure you see here, smoking from a large pipe in ceremony, which is an actual representation of the spiritual guardian known as Kawasa by the indigenous Algonquin-speaking people located throughout the southernmost regions of North America, like Virginia, Maryland, and the Carolinas, just to name a few. But prior to this 1590 watercolor painting by John White being borrowed for the use of John Ogilvy's book in 1671, it was also borrowed but fraudulently reproduced by engraver and publisher Theodore de Bry to look like this, with the release of a book that he published for author Thomas Harriot during the year 1590. Indeed, there's something wrong with this image, all the way down to the German text utilized surrounding the image itself. This engraving is being held right now by the Art Museums of Colonial Williamsburg in the state of Virginia. And what's essential to note here is that according to the Art Museums of Colonial Williamsburg itself, quote, the plate, which was engraved by Flemish engraver and publisher Theodore de Bry, depicts a Europeanized version of Carolina Algonquins based on the watercolors by John White and using the written descriptions by Thomas Harriot. In 1590, de Bry published Harriot's text with engravings based on White's watercolors in a book entitled A Brief and True Report of the Newfound Land of Virginia, which was published in English, French, German, and Latin. The book provides the first printed English record of Sir Walter Raleigh's attempts to plant a colony in the New World. Although described in the title as Virginia, it delineates the region between the mouth of the Chesapeake Bay and Cape Lookout, North Carolina. He writes, quote, the inhabitants of this region have an idol called Kawasa, wrought from a wooden trunk, 4 feet high, This idol was kept in the temple of the town of Sakota as the guardian of the royal corpse. End quote. Also, let me clarify that this image does not depict that our ancestors were worshiping this large figure, but more so paying respects to it. In fact, John White created the majority of his images with small and large people in size to indicate that the larger figure is a living person of royalty, sort of like a king or a chief in this sense. This also makes sense as to the reason why the New York Public Library and the Library of Congress have both indicated that the original title of this watercolor painting is King Powhatan, being as though some of the many Algonquin-speaking tribes were members of the Powhatan tribe living within this general southeastern area that was once called the Colony of Virginia by European immigrants from London. So now that we know for sure that this image was a reproduced counterfeit copy, that immediately nullifies all other copies of this same image that were produced by other artists soon after. This also exposes not only what the people of the American continent looked like originally, but it also exposes how the real image was changed to make it seem as if our ancestors were worshiping heathen, or rather pagan idols of some false royalty of importance, when that is absolutely not true. And of course, this should also make you wonder about those images you see right now surrounding many religious societies, and how there is a very firm chance that those images were once changed to hide the truth as well, which is all the more reason why you should question everything.
I'm just here to make you think. That's a good job. It's a very, very good job. Dane Cowley, thank you. Thank you so much. Just little baby lessons. Just little baby lessons. Just little stuff. I'm gonna have to dig into this one. Harriet Tubman and Nat Turner are fictional characters. This is gonna be real funny. I don't know how long I'm gonna stay there. I'm not gonna stay there too long because I have other things to do in other vibration, But we will find out later, more and more later for sure. For sure. Okay. Well. Oh, that is it. That is all. I thank you guys so much for everything. Thank you so much for everything.
Just tell it. Send it to me. I'll post it. Let's go back. Africa. Nor do they call us Africa. Oh.
I think you speak in English. As for me, as an African, when you say Africa, I know you speak in English. So first of all, Black Americans in the US, whatever, okay, seems like you are a little bit confused about Africa and other stuff.
Hold on.
Africa and other stuff.
Listen. Black Americans, it seems like you're a little bit confused about Africa and other stuff.
Black Americans
Talk to him.
in the US, whatever, okay, seems like you are a little bit confused about Africa and other stuff. Because when you say Africa, first of all, you have to know that you speak in English.
You gotta know that.
So if you have any question, the question will be like, what Africans
We call African. Woo! That's the question. Listen, the quality of your life is based on the quality of the questions you ask.
Set it on fire.
What Africans we call African. Let's go back.
the question will be like, what Africans we call Africa. Okay? Now, you know that Africa is not only one country. Okay? Africa is many, many countries. Okay? But every country have a name that they call Africa. Every country. Okay? Every country have the name that they call Africa. Okay? Okay, for instance, what Ghana call Africa?
Now, this blew my mind, okay? This blew my mind when he told me what Ghana calls Africa. Hold on.
Every country have the name that they call Africa. Okay? Okay, for instance, what Ghana call Africa? Ghana call Africa a Bibli.
Whoa.
Okay? Okay, for instance,
One more time.
what Ghana call Africa? Ghana call Africa a Bibli.
Ghana call Africa a bliblum. That's a bliblum. Sound anywhere close to Africa?
A bliblum.
Listen. It's over, man. And these Pan-Africans don't want to talk about this stuff. They don't want to talk like this.
Ghana call Africa a Bibli.
A bliblum. Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
So right now, if you tell my mom, okay, my mom is cool. If you tell my mom, Africa, my mom don't know where Africa is. You don't know what is Africa.
The fuck is Africa?
His mom would know.
The fuck is Africa?
His mom would not know. So, y'all, come on, y'all. And you don't think that's an issue? And you over here in America talking about some Africa this, Africa that. And the people that we call Africans don't call Africa Africa. Nor do they call themselves Africans. You can't debunk that. That's coming out of their own mouth. Like, come on, bro. You can't debunk it. So let's go here.
Yo, what is up, guys? It's African Reacts here, and today I wanted to talk about a topic that I saw on YouTube and other
The Pan-Africans, they got so mad at me because I put this out, but he was telling the truth. And it's, look, and they not the only one. You know how many Africans be begging to come on here to tell y'all what's up. And I'd be like, yo, just get on camera. Just tell it. Send it to me. I'll post it.
Here, and today I wanted to talk about a topic
Y'all like my necklace
that
I
I
my
saw on
pins that I
YouTube
made?
and other platforms too, from this guy named Dane Calloway and other YouTubers too, mainly from Dane Calloway. And I just wanted to give like an African side on it, or an African perspective, whatever you want to call it. And I actually agree with this guy on what he's talking about.
In my basement.
And the main point is my perspective on it, or an African's perspective on it. If I was Black American, and I would go with Dane Calloway, even if I believed I was from Africa. It's a win-win. So I would not claim Africa. Even for me, you could say I'm an Americanized African. If I was gonna stay here, which I'm not, I'm just here to get my money. If I was gonna stay here and have kids,
He told the truth. He told the truth, didn't he? He just said he had to get his money, right?
Americanized African. If I was gonna stay here, which I'm not, I'm just here to get my money. If I was gonna stay here and have...
So he not staying here, right? Y'all heard that, right? And can you blame him? Because that's what they do. That's exactly what they do. They come in, that's any foreigner. That's just not Africans. That's any foreigner. They coming over here to get their money off of you.
And we gonna leave here and go where?
The majority of them getting it off of you. I bet 90% of y'all boss is a foreigner. Think about it. This is the reason why I encourage you all to own your own businesses.
I made all these.
It's time, y'all. We gotta make the real changes.
Kids, I would not like
Everything I'm
lead them
wearing,
to
I made
Africa all
it.
the way
It's
because
my
they're gonna be
brand,
here.
it's my
My
line.
bloodline is gonna be here for
Stone Sexy
the rest of
and
the way. So I
Vanity
would just teach them
Glamorous.
about American stuff. I would not lead them to African stuff. So this is what I don't get. Like, why claim Africa? It won't benefit you in any way. Even if you're, I think they're all Pan-Africanist. I would just pretend to be Aboriginal. If you don't want to follow Dane Calloway, I would pretend to be Aboriginal because I think they're all Pan-Africanist. I would just pretend to be Aboriginal if you don't want to follow Dane Calloway or pretend to be original because a list it can benefit you in some way. I think following Africa is not the.
Oh, yo! I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just saying, yeah. I'm just saying. This is embarrassing, y'all. This is embarrassing.
Pretend to be original because a list called Pan-Africanist. Playing Africa, it won't benefit you in any way.
And you tell
Even
the
if
truth.
I think they're called Pan-Africanist. I would just pretend to be original. If you don't want to follow Dane Calloway, I would pretend to be original because a list it can benefit you in some way. I think following Africa is not the best decision for Black American. It's just useless. If you ask me, it's useless. If I was to put myself in your shoes, it's useless because 90% of you are now going to be in Africa. Like never. The chances of that happening is so low. So, and I 100% believe that that's what happened. What Dane Calloway says because even when you look at West Africa, there's not stories. Like there had to be stories if this really happened. Of, like grandparents telling their kids like don't go down to the beach. Or, like white.
Remember also the comedian Godfrey when I was on with Lord Jamar and Godfrey. Godfrey said the same thing. It would have been stories passed down, but those stories did not exist. Come on, y'all not putting two and two together? It's not hard, Pan-Africans. Y'all gotta let this stuff go. This stuff is old now. It's been debunked. We gotta move forward.
White people are gonna kidnap you or you're gonna get kidnapped by other tribes. There had to be like many stories if this really happened. And the boat thing, there's no way you can fit hundreds, I don't know if it's hundreds or millions of people in a boat.
He's like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
That's not possible. So I do go with a Dane Calloway on what he's saying. But if you're Pan-African and after this video you still believe you're from Africa, then the best thing I would advise you to do is keep that in mind if you want to, but follow Dane Calloway on the Aboriginal stuff because that's what's really going to benefit you. Africa's not going to benefit you. And this is coming from an African. If I put myself in your shoes, there's no way Africa's going to benefit you. Maybe as an individual, if you wanted to move there, but as a people, no. If you want your people to follow Africa, I would say that's the wrong way to go. That's not the right way. I am going to show you guys what it is a possibility here. It's not been like that, but it is a high chance that you're Aboriginal and you're not African. So let me show you guys. I'm going to give you an example on South Africa. Okay, so I'm going to show you how it is possible what Dane is saying. It's not like impossible. So here is South Africa. If you see where my cursor is at, here it is. And the white people there, if their plans succeeded and the native people down there didn't fight, they could have told them that the white people traveled from Europe and they were already there before them. They could have told them that. And then they could have told them their people originate from maybe Angola or Zambia, the upper countries. They could have just lied to them about that.
See there?
So that's the example I wanted to give. So I think that's what happened in North America.
Yeah.
The Europeans came there and now they're lying and they brainwashed almost everyone. And they're telling everyone that Black Americans come from Africa, but they're really lying and they are the native people of the Americas. So that's my view on it. It almost happened to South Africa, but they fought back and their plan couldn't succeed. They could have just lied to all of them, all of the South Africans, and told them that their people didn't migrate down there. It was white people who migrated there first, so it's white people's land. I think that's what they could have told them if they succeeded with their plans, and everybody would be believing them now if they did succeed. So I think that's what happened. And actually, Dane Calloway made a video on this.
So did.
So I do support him 100 on that. They could have just said that, and knowing Africans, they could have believed it. So I think that's what happened to Black Americans too.
Yep.
Even if you're a Pan-Africanist, if you're one of those type of like Black Americans that look at Black people like global, like all of the world as one people, I would say that if you look at that and like you want us to like focus on Africa, it doesn't really make sense. The right thing to do is focus on yourself.
Thank you.
Like if every Black person, let's say Black people from Jamaica, Haiti, and South America and the islands all moved to Africa, that would not be a good thing. It would not benefit Black people all over the world. So I would say it's a good thing that there's Black people everywhere, not just Africa. That's what I wanted to add on that. So I would say just focus on yourself. Don't focus on Africa. And I am grateful that black people are all over the world. It's not.
Right.
You don't have to be a fool to think or be sad that you didn't come from Africa. You should be happy. It doesn't make sense. I don't know if you get this if you're a black American, but you should be happy you're not from Africa. Even I am an African and I'm happy. That means that there's colored people all over the world. It's not like slavery and we weren't already there. That means it's a good thing. Like, I am happy that Jamaicans are not from Africa. They were already there. It doesn't make sense if you want to get all sad or be mad that you're not from Africa. It doesn't really make sense. Yeah, and another example is the colored people in Papua New Guinea and even in Australia. If you search them up, if the white people could just, or the Asians could just invade them like heavily.
Notice he said Asians.
If they wanted to brainwash them, they could just brainwash them and tell them you come from Africa, and now they're not connected to their land. So I would say that focusing on Africa is just useless. You should focus on yourself and your homeland. Like, if right now they just teach, like, the people, you should search them up if you don't know them. They live in Papua New Guinea. Let's say they brainwashed them and taught them that they come from Africa, and right now they will all be focusing on Africa and, oh, I want to take a trip, all of that. So it would not benefit them anyway, and that's the wrong move. Like, you should just say, fuck it. If you still believe you're from Africa with all the evidence that's there to tell you you're not, I would just say, fuck it. You're now American. You're a Pan-Africanist that still believes in Africa. Like, this huge thing has been turned into, like, a religion or something like that. So
see, there we go. They turned it to a religion. I told you.
Bear meat.
You're
Thank you.
an Africanist that still believes in Africa. Like, this huge thing, I think, has been turned into, like, a religion or something like that. So I would say stop focusing on Africa. If you're an Africanist and after this video you still believe, or after you watch Dane Calloway, all of his videos, you still believe you're African, I would say, fuck it, follow people like him, and it will benefit you instead of saying you're an African, which will not benefit you in any of the laws, or if you wanted to gain something as a community. So I would say follow people like Dane, even if you believe you're from Africa, which there's huge evidence that says you're indigenous to the Americas.
I'm just here to make you think.
Yeah, you are here to make us think. Thanks, Dane. Hey, Bear Meat. That is a very interesting name. Very, very interesting name. Okay, that's enough beating up my YouTube channel for the night. They can only handle but so much at a time. I apologize for that. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop beating y'all up. I'm just gonna just stop it then. If you're gonna do it, just do it and just hang up. Okay, guys, I'm gonna hang up on you now. I'm gonna do it. I'm bold. I'm brave. I am coming correct. I love you so fucking love you. Dreamline drop soon? Soon? What is soon? Who knows what soon is, but I do.